Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jacob Murphy, and welcome to the NHL Alumni game here in beautiful Carbondale, Colorado at the Stedman Clinic Outdoor Arena. We're getting the starting lineups here announced. My goodness, what an event we have here. My broadcast partner for today, Mr. Guy Schaefer, down between the benches as he'll be getting some hard-hitting interviews in between whistles with some of the most legendary players to ever lace it up here in the National Hockey League. Colorado Extreme team will be represented in white, and the Avalanche alumni in their usual home jerseys. Some big-time names in this game. Henrik Lundqvist and Marc-Andre Fleury are the goaltending tandem for the Extreme team. We saw Fleury in action yesterday during the fantasy camp event, and he's fantastic. Some big-time celebrities as well. Jacob and Ollie from On the Bench, Pavel Barber, and Fritz from Old Time Hockey. So should be a fantastic game. This is all for charity here with the Colorado Extreme. They do great work breaking down financial barriers to allow children to get into the beautiful game of hockey here. Their U6 and U8 programs are both completely free, and anything over U8 is highly subsidized. So we want to give a big shout out to Jeff Winchester, Steve Briere, and Sheldon Woletsky for all their hard work for putting on such a fantastic weekend thus far. This is going to be the highlight, though, of the weekend, as we've got plethora of talent out there tonight. And my goodness, what a dandy it's going to be. Saw Brad May warming up, Matthew Barnaby, Peter Forsberg, Fleury, Kevin Shattenkirk. And here we go, national anthem. We're bringing out Colorado State representative from House District 19. Looks like we're going to get a ceremonial puck drop here. Guy Schaefer ready down between the benches for hard-hitting interviews.
We'd also like to recognize Sam Rose, who is not only serving our community, but is also playing in this weekend's fantasy camp and as a player competing on the Colorado Extreme team. Thank you all for your leadership, advocacy, and continued support of the youth, community, and the growth of the game of hockey. Let's thank you.
A big round of applause to all the people that have helped make this event. And obviously we want to remember the reason why we're here today, to represent youth hockey, to raise money, to allow children to get into the greatest game on earth. And we're going to the national anthem here.
Performing today's anthem, please welcome Pavel Barber, a country pop vocalist from Detroit, Michigan, with over 15 years of experience, and soon to be joining the United States Air Force Premier Band as a technical sergeant vocalist.
Folks, the anthem has been sung. The flyover has happened, and we're ready for some hockey here in Carbondale, Colorado, with some of the biggest names that have ever graced NHL ice to be playing in this charity alumni outdoor game, brought to you by Kits Eyewear, and the presenting company of this event is Colorado Extreme. Colorado Extreme, a non-profit organization that is built to set up youth hockey for the future. All their programs, 8 and under, are for free. Anything after that is highly subsidized. So, main reason we're here is to get more kids into the best game in all of the world. In net, a familiar name, King Henrik Lundqvist for the Colorado Extreme. And Ben Scrivens starting in net for your Avalanche alumni. I'm Jacob Murphy. Joining me today for the broadcast, in between the benches, going to get hard-hitting interviews, is the Guy Schaefer. And we're going to be throwing it to Guy during whistle breaks to get some, I'm sure will be very funny and good content, folks, as you know Guy and how he does things. The likes of Chris Kunitz, Scotty Upshaw, Duncan Keith, Dan Carcillo, Nate Thompson in the white jerseys for Team Extreme. But they're not afraid over there on the other side for the Avalanche, because they have arguably the greatest player to ever lace them up in Swedish history, and Peter Forsberg, Olympic gold medalist, world championship gold winner, and obviously Stanley Cup champion. Ceremonial face-off, Forsberg involved in this one, and oh, look at that, giving him the business. Scotty Upshaw didn't let Forsberg win that. They're going to do a redo here, folks, as obviously we'd want the legend Forsberg to win that one, and he'll do so. So, how about this? A flyover, a beautifully sung national anthem, and a ceremonial puck drop as Jeff Winchester from the Colorado Extreme organization. He's done such a fantastic job all weekend putting on this event, participated in that draw. You always wonder when these players take a little bit of time off, the competitiveness that we'll see in a game like today. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, I believe these boys are going to be going after it. Kevin Shattenkirk starting on defense for Colorado. His defensive partner, Peter Mueller. And Wojtek Wolski out here with Peter Forsberg. Wolski, one of the finest set of hands to ever grace the Avalanche ice at the Pepsi Center. And face-off, we're underway live here from Carbondale as Schmaltz over to McCabe, and now Schmaltz in his own zone to Scotty Upshaw. Schmaltz right wing, speeding through the neutral zone. He'll play it in, looking for Joffrey Lupul. Lupul, fantastic career, former assistant captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now here comes Forsberg. Look at Forsberg dish it over for Mueller, but Upshaw, good active stick there to pick off that pass. Schmaltz now plays it over to McCabe. McCabe back to Schmaltz, and they'll look to clear. Nice saucer pass. He was looking over for Hardy, as Hardy, representing Kits Eyewear, our title sponsor of this game. Meanwhile, Peter Forsberg still has the moves, but Scotty Upshaw is as aggressive as ever in his back checking. How about this? SwaggyP. He played at the University of Vermont, but you probably know him from Instagram. He has all the hands and skill in the world. Stretch pass looking for Swaggy. Shane O'Brien giving chase on that one. Swaggy working on O'Brien and Tyson Berry. Face off, or puck one in the corner, back to Bertuzzo. Swaggy, high point, dancing. P fires, big save by Scrivens. And the first opportunity generated from SwaggyP. Look at the smile on his face. Well, when you get a guy like that, an influencer, you know, a lot of people always wonder, how would a guy like SwaggyP stack up against some of the best in the NHL? Well, he just showed you right there. Max Talbot to take the draw. He loses it, takes a little bit of the lumber from Barnaby, I believe, and now Shane O'Brien looks to clear the zone. Colorado through the neutral zone. Tyson Berry's picked off by Talbot. Talbot, left wing, drops it for Swaggy. Swaggy, finessing, maneuvering, has Nate Thompson, won't use him, out in front, and a big save by Scrivens. Jan Stastny now up to Barnaby. Matthew Barnaby, 26th all-time in penalty minutes, but he's still got a shot on him. Picked off, though, by Bertuzzo, and the outlet to Chris Kunitz, 4-time Stanley Cup champion but Kyle Quincy was there. So how about that? Now Sam Gagne. Gagne moving on in. Has Barnaby. Decides to play it to Jan Stasny. Stasny. Alex Edler. Edler, one of the greatest defensemen in all of Vancouver Canucks history. But he had his pocket pick. Now Miles Cools, right wing, over to Kunitz. And Kunitz has to retreat, would have been offsides. Duncan Keith, recently inducted into the National Hockey League Hall of Fame. Looking back for Kunitz was Adams. And he just missed him. Now potentially a breakaway for Barry. Barry on Lundqvist, moving, and he scores! Barry buries it, and the Avalanche jump out to the 1-0 lead here in the first period. Well, Barry kind of snuck behind the defense, and it's not so easy to bury one past Lundqvist, but he beat him blocker side. So the Avalanche alumni go up 1-0 here with 12:33 left in the first period. Jacob from on the bench, great influencer. He's out there. Look at Pavel Barber now. Barber looking for Jacob. Now Drew Shore. Outlet pass right side. Dan Dormus. He fires. He scores. Another breakdown on defense, and the Avalanche bury two here in less than a minute as Dan Dormus on the receiving end of that pass, and he buried it in, 5-hole past Lundqvist. Ensuing draw, Drew Shore wins it, passes back for Shattenkirk. He's harassed there. Now Pavel Barber, drop pass on the bench. Left side, fires, he scores! The influencers getting involved as Barber to Jacob. And how about that? They can play in the big leagues too. Two to one, 3 goals in successive order for both teams. Avalanche still leading. Face off to Shattenkirk. He'll play it forward. Now picked off by Ollie. And an outlet pass by Bernard over to Pavel Barber. Barber moving on in. Great defensive play by Shattenkirk to help shut that down. Now Kevin Shattenkirk saucers it up. Avalanche look to gain the zone. Good outlet pass, right side. Looking out in front, they had a man down low, but can't get it out there. Lundqvist looking to steal the post. Jordan Schmaltz with the steal. Trying to get the outlet, but he's harassed at his own end. Has Gianni Paolo, and Paolo, good saucer up to Barber. He'll tap it forward, and Tyson Barrie will retreat into his own end. So, Colorado leading this one 2-1 over Team Extreme here in the NHL Alumni Outdoor Game, brought to you by Kids Eyewear and put on by Colorado Extreme. Woltek Wolski, good outlet, right side. Driving in, has Alex Edler out in front, passes it for Forsberg, but it's picked off. Now here comes Dan Carcillo. Carcillo to Brad May, the famous Mayday goal to put the Sabres past round one. Right, left side. Wolski receives it from Forsberg. Woltek Wolski moving in, big save by Lundqvist. They don't keep the puck moving to McCabe. McCabe now looking for Fritz, old-time hockey. He can't get it out. Carcillo, also known as Carbob, one of the more aggressive wingers, but I think he's calmed down over the years here, folks. Saucer looking for Wolski. Picked off, but he picks it up himself. Now Kyle Quincy to Forsberg. Forsberg waiting. This is one time Wolski just wide. Peter Forsberg. Back into the slot for Mueller. Now Forsberg fires off the post. Joffrey Lupul and Ollie from on the bench trying to get it out, but Forsberg showing them a thing or two. Kyle Quincy on the one-timer. Big save, Lundqvist. Joffrey Lupul's got Scotty Upshaw. He'll use him. Upshaw gains the zone, left wing. Tries to play it in. Upshaw still with the puck. Dancing in. Picked off out in front by Alex Edler. Edler, good outlet. Here comes Gagne. Lundqvist out of his net. And it goes just over his blade. Sam Gagne with the puck, dropping it. Stasny, one touch. Tyson Barrie, what a save by Lundqvist. Henrik Lundqvist flashing the leather and fighting that one off, but the Avalanche are still buzzing in the zone. Shattenkirk, one-touch pass. Taken away, but they can't get it out. Tyson Barrie now. Saucers. Matthew Barnaby. Barnaby, and it goes off his blade. And the Extreme will exit. Scotty Upshaw dancing around Tyson Barrie. Upshaw down low. Bertuzzo out in front. What a play! It didn't go in. I don't know how, but Ben Scrivens made the save of the century there. Upshaw still with it. Fires. Another save by Scrivens. Doesn't have a stick. And then the outlet, looking for Barnaby, got touched in the neutral zone. So icing is waved off. SwaggyP with the puck now for Colorado Extreme. Big league moves, but Jan Stasny says, no, sir. Referee waves it off, and P touches it out. I mean, it's helter-skelter here. Extreme outlet pass, right side. Max Talbot to SwaggyP. Swaggy waits, fires. Big save by Scrivens. And we're going down to the bench with Guy Schaefer for a quick interview.
Hey, can I get a quick bite with you?
Of course, yeah.
So look, turn this way, cameras over. All right, folks, here I am with Barnaby. So it feels like you haven't lost a step.
I've lost a few steps. Yeah, and when I lost them, I didn't find them again, which is very awkward. So 2 great line mates, unbelievable setting, amazing week.
Yeah, and I mean, we're benefiting kids, right? More access to hockey. How good? You can't get better than that.
Well, what Sheldon's doing up here is literally amazing. It really is amazing. When you see all the kids that are up here in Colorado, outside here, there's so many kids that are growing up fans of hockey, and you know he's a main culprit and main reason because of it. And his generosity is beyond parallel. Just a great human being, and this is an amazing event to be a part of.
Well, listen, I appreciate you guys coming. Thanks for the time. All the best out there.
Yeah, my line mates suck.
Guy Schaefer with Matthew Barnaby. Great soundbite there. We're back to action here with 7:52 left in the first period. The Avalanche alumni currently leading Team Extreme as Craig Adams gives chase. Tyson Barrie's on him. Drop pass. They were looking for Chris Kunitz but couldn't link up. Now here on a 2-on-1. Dormus right side waiting. Fires. Tipped out in front. Dormus still with the puck. He scored earlier here in the period. Miles Kuhl's good. Silky saucer as Schmaltz now right wing. Drop pass Adams. High slot. Down low. Tipped out in front. Great active stick by Alex Edler. Up and down action here at the Stedman Clinic Arena in beautiful Carbondale, Colorado. Face-off to be taken by Ollie from on the bench. He had a goal earlier in this game, but won by Colorado. And Shattenkirk tips it on, and the Avalanche look to break out. Through the zone, offsides. Referee was right on that, made a great call there. Shattenkirk doesn't agree. As neutral zone face-off here, right next to the camera crew. And puck drop, won by the Extreme. Back over, and looking for Pavel Barber. Goes off his blade. Kevin Shattenkirk's there to take care of it. Shattenkirk, good sauce. Now, Avalanche look to break out, picked up by McCabe. And McCabe going to work in the corner here as he needs some support from Ollie. Avalanche getting it deep. Ollie over to Schmaltz, and he'll look to break out. Schmaltz over to Barber. Barber off his blade and into the safe hands of Shattenkirk, but Barber's all over Kevin Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk, though, weaves him right off, and they'll play it forward. Avalanche gain the zone, left side, looking to play it in deep, knocked out in front. Good active skates there, but Shattenkirk with the puck now. Kevin Shattenkirk quarterbacking here on the offensive play. Tipped out, and Extreme look to clear. Now Pavel Barber, left wing. Little stop and go, and the drop pass. Left circle, out in front. Carcillo fires, and a big save by Scrivens. That puck just bounced around, and Carcillo with a huge shot. And a quick word from our sponsors, folks.
I ordered myself some new glasses from this company called Kits.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. This is adorable. These make me so happy.
I ordered these like 3 days ago and they're already here, which was amazing.
There are hundreds of styles. You can see I had a hard time just picking one, but I highly recommend you try the virtual try-on to find your perfect pair.
Also, if you didn't like them, they had like this free return option, but why would you return them? They're so cute.
Grab some pairs from kits.com.
Alrighty, folks, we're back. Avalanche buzzing in their own zone. Forsberg from Wolski. Now Mueller back to Forsberg, and it's picked off. Peter Forsberg now. Down low, Woltek Wolski. He's got Mueller. Carcillo runs into Forsberg. And now Fritz from Old Time Hockey will clear it down the length of the ice, but Ben Scrivens comes up to wave off icing. O'Brien for the Avalanche. Right wing, Mueller touches it on to Wolski. Wolski back to Forsberg, one-touch pass, backdoor! What a save by Lundqvist! My goodness, King Henrik, he's still got it, folks. You know, he let up those two early ones, and I'll tell you what, that probably turned on that competitive edge that has served him so well in his illustrious NHL career, all with the New York Rangers, as Wolski, Mueller, and Forsberg were working the ticky-tacky passes, but King Henrik was up to the task on that one. Score remaining at 2-1 here with 4:09 left in the first period. Tyson Barrie to take the draw for Colorado. Face off, one over to Joffrey Lupul, and then SwaggyP will look to outlet as Upshaw into the skates of Swaggy as he's going for a line change, and he'll dance around Matthew Barnaby. SwaggyP collecting in his own zone and building up steam as Barnaby's all over Swaggy. Swaggy, though, maneuvering, left circle, still dancing on Tyson Barrie. He fires, but Ben Scrivens, big-time save. Avalanche look for a clear. Kevin Shattenkirk now with the puck left wing. Harassed by Upshaw, and then Jan Stasny, one touches it over. Stasny to Shattenkirk, and the Avalanche look to break out. They have numbers here. Stasny, right side, Barnaby. Barnaby, high point, Shattenkirk, down low. Like they're working a power play here. Gagne, and the referee stops it. I believe Hank knocked the moorings off the net. And so what looked like a great opportunity for the Avalanche to go up by 2 ends in an offensive zone draw. Up and down action here in the first period as Jan Stasny to take the draw against Scotty Upshaw. One by Stasny. Over to Gagne. Drop to O'Brien. He takes the body from Joffrey Lupul, but O'Brien washes it off like water. Now Upshaw in his own zone, saucers it to Robert Bortuzzo. Bortuzzo, Stanley Cup champion with the St. Louis Blues. Stasny and O'Brien cause a turnover, but they can't get it out of their zone as Max Talbot working on Kyle Quincy. Now Stasny outlets to Matthew Barnaby. Barnaby waits, holds, and plays it back to O'Brien. O'Brien circling the wagons in his own zone as Talbot was on the forecheck. Avalanche still up by 1, and they gain the zone. Kyle Quincy looked to get the retrieval back from Dan Dormus, but Duncan Keith was there. Keith, one of the most recent additions to the NHL Hall of Fame. Now Max Talbot, right circle. SwaggyP out in front, and a big save by Ben Scrivens. Scrivens, bronze medal winner in the 2018 Olympics for Team Canada. One touch, here comes SwaggyP, moving on, and he scores! What a shot, top shelf, SwaggyP! Like we said, he may be an influencer, but he played in Europe, and he had a stint at the University of Vermont, and he's a big-time player here, folks. He's been one of the best difference makers I've seen on the ice thus far. Score knotted at 2-2 here with 1 minute, 10 seconds in the first period between the Colorado Extreme team in the white jerseys and the Avalanche Alumni. Schmaltz behind his own net, outlet to Nate Thompson. Thompson, one of the best face-off percentage winning centermen in NHL history. Very clutch, great veteran presence on any team. Now Schmaltz, big shot, big save by Scrivens, and the Avalanche will have numbers. 2-on-1 breaking out here. McCabe, great defense. Dormus on a one-timer, and he couldn't pull the trigger just right on that one. Now it's Miles Cools. Cools, good speed through the neutral zone. He's got McCabe to his right, but he'll use the left wing. Adams. Now Cools behind the net. Cools looking back for Adams, but it's picked off by Kevin Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk had Chris Kunitz all over him. Kunitz and Shattenkirk, teammates for the Lightning for a couple seasons. Now look at on the bench, boys, grabbing the stick. Referee, no call. Miles Cools speeding through the neutral zone. He'll dump it in deep. 5 seconds and counting here in the first period. What has been a very entertaining first period between the Colorado Avalanche alumni and Team Extreme. It's 2-2 through one. And I'm sure we'll be going down to Guy Schaefer for some interviews just shortly. So, through the first period, the score, the Avalanche 2, Team Extreme 2. Henrik Lundqvist let up 2 early breakaways, but really found his game after that and dialed it in, made a massive save on the one-touch pass from Woltek Wolski to Peter Forsberg down low. No Zamboni here in between periods. And we're going down to Guy Schaefer with a big-time interview.
Hey, folks, I'm here with the latest goal scorer, SwaggyP. That was a nice job down there. What did you see as you're heading in?
It was a great pass from Max. It's kind of split there, and then I saw the guy angling me, so I tried to get it off quick.
How's the legs feel?
Yes, everything's cool. I mean, it's crazy out here with these guys, so I'm just happy to be out here. Honestly, it's amazing. Sheldon's done an amazing job, and this is crazy.
It's such a great event, right? And such a great cause, helping hockey more accessible to kids and stuff like that. It's so good to be here.
I mean, it's the best. It's the best.
Hey, thanks, buddy. Have a good one.
Since 1976, U.S. ski and snowboarding has relied on the name Steadman to keep its athletes on the slopes, competing and winning against the world's best. Today, that legacy continues as some of the most innovative minds in sports medicine provide personalized patient care to our nation's best on the World Cup Tour and beyond. The Steadman Clinic and Steadman Philippon Research Institute, treating Team USA and the athlete in all of us.
And that was a great message from one of our sponsors here. We wouldn't be able to do this broadcast without all of our amazing sponsors. And big shout out to our title sponsor, Kits Eyewear, and the Colorado Extreme organization that is putting on this fantastic event throughout the entire weekend. So through one period, the Colorado Extreme team 2, the Avalanche alumni also 2, tied through one. Good up and down action. And I believe these guys are ready to go here for second period action from Carbondale. Face-off won by Adams. And the Extreme look to get a breakout here. Draw pass. Left circle. Cools moving on in on Scrivens. Out in front, he had Adams, but he just missed him. Now kept in by Adams. Shattenkirk watches him. Right point now. Dumped in for Cools. Cools tried to find Chris Kunitz, couldn't get it to him. Extreme keeping it in deep though. Adams to Kunitz. Left circle. Paolo gets picked off. Chris Kunitz, look at that diving effort by the 4-time Stanley Cup champion, Chris Kunitz. Bertuzzo now, back behind his own net. Good outlet pass. And the Extreme look to gain the blue line here. Left side, Cools slams the brakes, has options. Cools looking back for Paolo, but it's picked off. Outlet pass now for Forsberg. Forsberg working on McCabe, drops it to Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk waiting patiently. Forsberg fires, but it's tipped away out in front. And that puck goes down the length of the ice, but picked up by Ben Scrivens as he had a fantastic first period. Avalanche breaking out. Woltek Wolski to Forsberg. They've been working like magic thus far in this game, but it's picked off by one of the on-the-bench boys over to Pavel Barber. And now LaBelle will play it in deep. LaBelle chases his own dump in, and Scrivens comes out to play it. LaBelle looking to get it over to Barber. He does so. Pavel Barber going to work. Tried to play it back to Schmaltz, but just out of reach. Schmaltz retreating into his own zone. He's harassed by Wolski on the forecheck and picked off by Tyson Barrie here in the neutral zone. Now McCabe, left wing, 3-on-1. Oh, what a great active stick by O'Brien. And he'll run Barber. O'Brien gives Barber the business in the corner. And that's a veteran move there. I'm surprised the referee blew his whistle. As O'Brien said, yeah, that GoPro, I'm going to knock it in the next week there, buddy. So penalty shot for some of the silkiest hands in all of Instagram, as Pavel Barber will get his opportunity here on Ben Scrivens. Waiting on the referee's whistle. Barber from center ice, working in. Barber, right circle, slow, dancing, waiting. Oh, what a move, but Scrivens shuts the door. And on the penalty shootout opportunity for Pavel Barber, Ben Scrivens rises to the occasion to keep this one knotted at 2 after Shane O'Brien laid the lumber there in the corner. Face off to Scrivens' left as Forsberg and Carcillo on the draw. One by Forsberg, back to Kyle Quincy, and Tyson Barrie keeps the cycle going. Now outlet, looking for Woltek Wolski, just out of reach, and King Henriks out of his net. Extreme now to Danny Carcillo. Carcillo stopped in the neutral zone. Great play there by the defenseman Alex Edler, and he gets tied up now by Brad May and picked up by Carcillo. Carcillo looking for Fritz, old-time hockey, but can't get it down low. Now Fritz going to work, picked up by the Avalanche. Right side now, Mueller. Mueller working on Duncan Keith. Mueller out in front, what a save by Lundqvist. Ring 10 bells for that save. Now Forsberg going to work here. Playing out in front, Brad May picks it off. May and Fritz working hand in hand, but Woltek Wolski says enough of that, folks. Now right wing, Mueller to Sam Gagner. Gagner moving on in. What a save by Lundqvist. King Henrik is the king of Colorado right now, folks. My goodness, Henrik Lundqvist, what a save. There's a good reason his jersey's retired in Madison Square Garden and is known as one of the greatest Rangers goaltenders of all time. We're sending it down to Guy Schaefer for an interview, folks.
All right, guys, I'm here on the side of the Avalanche, and I got here to feel out there so far.
Feels great. Altitude I thought was going to be a factor, but played yesterday. So it's a back-to-back for us, minus the 15 drinks last night, but it's good. Improved roster. We're in here.
Pause.
It's for the Colorado Extreme, the kids here. I love this event. It's the best weekend of the year, truly, in all of hockey, and it's only growing every year. So.
All right, see ya.
All right, great interview there by Guy as Jan Stasny has the puck in his own zone. Outlets to Tyson Barrie, and Barnaby tells Barrie to go with it. Now to Sam Gagner. Gagner drops it to Matthew Barnaby. Barnaby down low. Pad saved by Lundqvist, and the rebound goes just wide. McCabe now. He had an outlet there, but it got picked off by O'Brien in the neutral zone. O'Brien ladles it in, but can't get it in deep. Lupo gave O'Brien a little bit of the business. Now look at Shattenkirk with the dance moves there. One-touch pass, Dormus. Right circle. Looking back for O'Brien. It's picked up by Edler, and now kept in the zone by O'Brien. Right circle, looking for Stasny. Breakout opportunity. Tried to hook up with Joffrey Lupul, just past his stick. Alex Edler now winding it up over to Shore. And now Dormus, who had a goal early in the first period, gets past McCabe. Avalanche going to work with Alex Edler right now. Edler working on Talbot. He'll dump it off for Shore. Shore, left circle, back to Kyle Quincy. Down low, Dormus, big save, Lundqvist. Dormus, left circle, Shore. Shore, back to Dormus. Over to Shore again. Man out in front, McCabe had him tied up though. That's just veteran hockey there, folks. Now look at the speed by SwaggyP as Kyle Quincy says, no more of you, little boy. Quincy, good outlet. Looking to hook up with Shore, but just out of reach as McCabe will have to play it. And then Lundqvist back to McCabe. He has SwaggyP. P will touch it on, looking for Nate Thompson. And now it's Alex Edler. Edler to his defensive partner. Now Dormus through the neutral zone. Gains the right circle. Drops it to Shore. Shore moving on end. Great play by Nate Thompson. Thompson going to work on Shattenkirk. Left circle. Swaggy. Looking back for Schmaltz, but just out of reach. And picked up by on the bench. Love the red cowboy hat that they're rocking. Schmaltz now. Outlet to Nate Thompson. Thompson stops, looks to saucer it in deep, picked off by Kyle Quincy. Now played forward. 2 on the bench. He tries to move his way through. He's battling it on, and what a shot! Lundqvist covers it up. So, with 2 minutes, 24 seconds here left in the second period, the score is still even at 2 apiece here at the NHL Alumni Outdoor Classic in Carbondale, Colorado, brought to you by Kits Eyewear and the Colorado Extreme Foundation. Shattenkirk, down low, big save by Lundqvist, and Miles Cools will look to get a clear. Cools plays it for Nate Thompson. One-touch pass, beautifully done there in the extreme or motoring forward, as that was Craig Adams going to work. Now, the Avalanche get tied up. Tyson Barrie with it. He fires. Good save by Lundqvist. All good positioning there by King Henrik. Saucered up to Chris Kunitz. Kunitz moving on in. He scores! Chris Kunitz tucks it 5-hole past Scrivens. That play started with a beautiful headband pass from Robert Bortuzzo. There's a reason Kunitz, 4-time Stanley Cup champion. One of his biggest goals, Game 7 at home against Ottawa for the Penguins in overtime to win that game. So the Extreme, after finding themselves down 1-0, then 2-1, are in the lead here 3-2. As Cools goes to work, right circle, out in front, Kunitz a drive. Big save there. Adams, he got knocked a couple times by Wolski and then saucered on by Forsberg to Mueller. Mueller, 2-on-1. They score! Wolski from Mueller! And it's all knotted up as King Henrik tried to slide over to his right, but Mueller just beat him. And what a play there. Extreme had the lead for about 30 seconds before the Avalanche alumni, with their big line of Wolski, Forsberg, and Mueller, went to work. So back to 3-3, and they're all over him again. Here comes Wolski. Wolski, drop pass. Forsberg fires. Knocked out in front by LaBelle. Left point, O'Brien to Mueller. Mueller playing it in deep, has Peter Forsberg, 8 seconds and counting. Forsberg going to work. Mueller with the puck behind the net. And Duncan Keith has seen enough of that. And that'll do it through 2 periods. The score, the Avalanche alumni 3, Colorado Extreme 3. And my goodness, it's been fantastic up and down action thus far. And we're going to go to Guy Schaefer here momentarily for an interview.
All right, here with Sam Gagne. Sam, our camera's over there. You just turn a look. Man, what a great event to be a part of, first of all.
Yeah, incredible. It's been so much fun. All the guys are out here really enjoying it. So, yeah, it's been a great event.
Sam, I talked to some of the guys who kind of laughed. You haven't lost a step yet. They said, but Barnaby goes, not only did I lose it, I can't even find it anymore. But it's great to be here. It's such a great event, hockey for kids that less fortunate and stuff. How long have you been involved with the group?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's great. I mean, hockey's been my life, and growing up in the
fast
game,
plays,
and,
brother, get some
the
water.
opportunity to play it as much as I have. I'm so fortunate, and you want everyone to have access to play this great game.
Sound great to me.
Yeah, it's wonderful what they're doing, and it's great to be a part of it. It's great to be here with this group of guys, and it's been a lot of fun.
Sam, thanks for taking the time. Appreciate you, buddy. We'll see you again out in the next period.
ordered myself some new glasses from this company called Kits.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. This is adorable. These make me so happy.
I ordered these like 3 days ago and they're already here, which was amazing.
There are hundreds of styles. You can see I had a hard time just picking one, but I highly recommend you try the virtual try-on to find your perfect pair.
Also, if you didn't like them, they had like this free return option, but why would you return them? They're so cute.
Grab some pairs from kits.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here I am with Duncan Keith. Great event to be involved in, first of all.
Absolutely, yeah. It's obviously a pretty cool atmosphere, but most importantly for a great cause, and it's just been a pleasure to be a part of, and happy to be here.
So you are always famous for conditioning. Did you feel like you lost any steps out there? You look great.
I don't know, thank you. But yeah, don't feel like I used to. It goes quick, but I still feel pretty good. I still keep in shape, so it's fun to be out here, but fun to get the legs moving and the heart pumping again.
And just making hockey more accessible to kids, less fortunate stuff. Not the cheapest sport in the world to get involved in. Appreciate you being here today. Thanks, Duncan. I hope you have a great third period.
All right, thanks for having me. All right,
thank you. See you.
Hey everybody, I'm Jacob Murphy. Through 2 periods here at the Colorado Extreme NHL Alumni game, the score is tied 3-3. It's been fantastic up and down action here at the beautiful Stedman Clinic Arena. Outdoor hockey, what more could you want? Henrik Lundqvist has looked excellent today, but I'll tell you what, not many people thinking about Ben Scrivens tonight when you got Lundqvist and Fleury on the other end, but Scrivens has really held his own in net tonight. He's played fantastic. Both teams, great plays, good outlet passes. I mean, you could tell these guys still got the hands. I think the best line thus far for the Avalanche has been that line with Mueller, Wolski, and Forsberg, as those guys have definitely logged a lot of hours together here on the ice. SwaggyP, I got to be honest, out of all the influencers, he's impressed me the most. He went top glove there on Lundqvist in the second period, and he's got some big league speed, SwaggyP. So it's been a fantastic game. It's a fantastic event for the children, as this organization, Colorado Extreme, looks to break down financial barriers for kids to get into the game of hockey. Obviously, the game of hockey has become very expensive over the years, and Colorado Extreme with Sheldon, Wolitsky, Jeff, and Steve Briere have done such a great job. And so we're going to go down to some of our sponsors here on the stream.
When I started World Hockey Company, I wanted to make gear created by pros for the pro level, but accessible to every player. I've seen some of the toughest guys in our sport go down because of skate cuts. We made World's Tylo base layer to stop those injuries before they happen. We hope you'll join us in our mission to protecting hockey's future. I'm TJ Oshie, and this is Tylo.
Since 1976, U.S. ski and snowboarding has relied on the name Stedman to keep its athletes on the slopes, competing and winning against the world's best. Today, that legacy continues as some of the most innovative minds in sports medicine provide personalized patient care to our nation's best on the World Cup Tour and beyond. The Stedman Clinic and Stedman Philippon Research Institute, treating Team USA and the athlete in all of us.
Ordered myself some new glasses from this company called Kits.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. This is adorable. These make me so happy.
I ordered these like 3 days ago and they're already here, which was amazing.
There are hundreds of styles. You can see I had a hard time just picking one, but I highly recommend you try the virtual try-on to find your perfect pair.
Also, if you didn't like them, they had like this free return option, but why would you return them? They're so cute.
Grab some pairs from kits.com.
Such a privilege to be here with Steve Briere. Steve, what a fantastic event. Of course, you've been doing this for a few years, but man, what a great crowd and unbelievable excitement here.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's really cool to see the crowd come out and all the kids and the community, come and rally around. It's been great.
A local kid, Doremos, even got involved with the goal earlier, so that's pretty good. He's an Aspen kid, I think.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I mean, we just moved here 3 months ago, so we're not too familiar. But you know what? Last week, my son was playing against Colorado College, and I went and watched, and they have 2 kids, one kid from Aspen and one kid from Carbondale. They both play on Colorado College, so there's some kids, you know.
It's pretty exciting. So you're getting ready to get between the pipes here coming up.
Yeah, well, I want to do some shootout or something, and the NHL goalies are tired, so I said I'd get abused.
The event, just real briefly, Steve, if you could explain, but everything that you guys raise this weekend goes to helping the less fortunate have access to hockey, because it's not the cheapest sport in the world.
No, you know what? It's Sheldon's mission and his vision, and it was just to make hockey affordable and accessible for kids. And so I thought the Zamboni was going to break down there. So that was his mission, is to make it affordable for kids and include more. So we got kids from Learn to Play, 8U, 10U. They all get equipment for free, ice time, everything. So it's pretty special. And you know, all the money that we raise here goes towards improving things around here to make it better. The equipment for the kids and stuff. So it's coaches, you know, need a lot of coaches. So it's been great.
Well, I'm going to let you get ready. I hear you're going out for the shootout, so
I better go stretch the groin.
Thanks, Steve. Love you, buddy. Love everything you're doing. All right, that's it for here. Jacob, I'm going to throw it back over to you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're still getting the ice resurfaced here for a third period that should be extremely exciting, with the score knotted at 3-3 between your Avalanche alumni and the Colorado Extreme team. It's been a very good game thus far, up and down action. I know Guy Schaefer's been getting some hard-hitting interviews for us between the benches, and once again, this is for such an amazing cause that the Colorado Extreme are putting on here to raise money for children, to break financial barriers, to allow everybody to play this beautiful game of hockey. And what a more beautiful place than here in Carbondale, Colorado at the Stedman Clinic Arena.
All right, folks, it's kind of an honor to have Ole here. Not only having a great event tonight, but already scored a goal.
Yeah, you know, I'm obviously one of the best players here, 7 years Bangladesh Dutch Pro League. You know, I went out there first shift and I did what I did. I tucked. You know, I'm pretty much an unstoppable player, and it's an honor for everyone to play with me here today.
Dude, that's what I've been telling the kids, and they seem to be agreeing with me, so that's awesome. Now, coming up on the shootout, any kind of tricks you want to kind of use here, maybe that you haven't shown before?
Yeah, I got a special one. It's called an over-the-net flick mish. So I flick it over the net, go behind, catch it at Michigan, and score. So it's kind of my go-to trick, and you'll see that today.
Dude, I probably shouldn't say this publicly, but I do have a little money on this, so hopefully that is exactly what happens. We'll all be happier.
Well, if I were you, I would double down on that, all right?
All right, thanks. Good to see you. Guys, appreciate it. We're going to send it to a sponsor right now, and we'll be back after this.
When I started World Hockey Company, I wanted to make gear created by pros for the pro level, but accessible to every player. I've seen some of the toughest guys in our sport go down because of skate cuts. We made World's Tylo base layer to stop those injuries before they happen. We hope you'll join us in our mission to protecting hockey's future. I'm TJ Oshie, and this is Tylo.
Since 1976, U.S. ski and snowboarding has relied on the name Stedman to keep its athletes on the slopes, competing and winning against the world's best. Today, that legacy continues as some of the most innovative minds in sports medicine provide personalized patient care to our nation's best on the World Cup Tour and beyond. The Stedman Clinic and Stedman Philippon Research Institute, treating Team USA and the athlete in all of us.
Ordered myself some new glasses from this company called Kits.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. This is adorable. These make me so happy.
I ordered these like 3 days ago and they're already here, which was amazing.
There are hundreds of styles. You can see I had a hard time just picking one, but I highly recommend you try the virtual try-on to find your perfect pair.
Also, if you didn't like them, they had like this free return option, but why would you return them? They're so cute.
Grab some pairs from kits.com.
All right, folks, here I am with Pavel Barber, Man, been a pretty exciting game so far.
Oh yeah, I got absolutely leveled into the boards, and I'm awake now. I'm awake, baby.
I actually did see that one. That was good. Maybe just a quick word, Pavel, about what it means to you to be here and kind of the benefit of the program and what we're doing here today.
Yeah, I was out with the Colorado Extreme earlier. You know, it's great what they're doing, making hockey more accessible. I relied on programs like these growing up. We didn't have too much, so it means a lot to give back, and just being around these NHL guys is pretty starstruck everywhere I look.
It's pretty awesome. Now, you had a penalty shot a little bit earlier. You're going into the shootout. What'd you do in the penalty shot that you might change?
Put the puck in the net, probably. I don't know. A little snowy. I thought I probably would have just shot it. Maybe no stick handling, but it's all good.
Yeah, there was actually a lot of snow on the ice. That was pretty amazing. All right. Thanks again, Pavel. Appreciate it, buddy, and good to have you here.
Of course. Thank you very much.
Classic, presented by Kits Eyewear and brought to you by the Colorado Extreme organization as they're getting the final preparations done here with the ice work to get ready for what should be a very exciting third period between the Extreme team with 3 goals thus far and the NHL Alumni for Colorado with 3. Look at SwaggyP warming up here. Swaggy had a big-time goal in the second period. And we're going down to Guy Schaefer and Shane O'Brien.
I'm here with Shane O'Brien, other side of the ice, man. Pretty exciting event to be a part of.
Yeah, thanks for coming. You're looking sharp. Listen, this is our 3rd year doing it. Sheldon, obviously he's the man. Without him, this doesn't take place. But a lot of great sponsors this year. I got to thank Kits Eyewear. But hey, it's for the kids, right? It's a great cause, and a lot of big names out here. I'll tell you that. We got some Hall of Famers, some guys that had some really good careers. So it's a lot of fun to be out here.
It really is amazing just to see the whole group of you guys here. If you're a hockey fan, this is one of the greatest things to be a part of.
Yeah, you know, it really is. And once again, it goes to Sheldon. You know, he had an idea and a vision, and you know, when we started 3 years ago, I never thought it would get to this big, and it's only going to get bigger with the, you know, it's like anything. The harder you work, the more you put into it, the bigger things get, and that's what they're doing. So, without those boys, this doesn't happen, and it's a lot of fun every year.
I saw you come off after that first shift. I said, this guy's still got all the wind in the world.
Oh, I don't know, but boys are struggling at altitude here. Every guy that's playing his first year here, I warned them. I said, boys, the altitude's no joke, and everyone out here is huffing and puffing pretty good. So we're trying to keep the shift short.
Hey, thanks for taking the time, Shane. Appreciate it, bud. Have a good one out there. Are you going to score are you doing the shootout?
I'm not. I never did a shootout my whole career.
Okay, thanks, buddy. All right, back over to you guys. Jacob, this is coming to you after talking with Shane O'Brien.
All righty, folks, welcome back. It's the NHL Alumni Challenge here in beautiful Carbondale, Colorado. And looks like we're setting up for a little event here between the second and third period, as right now the score is knotted at 3-3 between the Colorado Extreme and the Colorado Avalanche Alumni. As it looks like we're getting some influencer penalty shootout opportunities. They're going to be shooting on Steve Briere. Briere, the longtime Toronto Maple Leafs goaltending coach, also worked for the Seattle Kraken and is one of the founders here of the Colorado Extreme organization. Steve, Jeff, and Sheldon, their team, have put on a fantastic event throughout the entire weekend. As we're going to get some penalty shootouts here, folks. Should be very entertaining. As hopefully Steve can make the save. So here we go. Influencer against former Maple Leafs coach. Backhand save by Briere. Old Stevie barely had to move to save that one. And now from the hockey guys, he's got the puck on the string, but don't tell the folks at home. Oh, look at that, and he fools Briere with the little puck on the string trick and the beautiful fur coat, and he buries it. And now Pavel Barber, he had a penalty shot in this game where he was stoned by Scrivens earlier. And actually they're going to go to on the bench here. Look at that beautiful red cowboy hat, kicks it to himself. Moving in on Briere. Briere's stick is out, glove is out, he hits the post and it goes just wide. But I'll tell you what, Steve had it covered there. And now Ollie to take the shot. The second on the bench, boys. Ollie had a big-time goal in this game in the first period. Let's see what he does here. On Bach, tries to chip it over, and it goes just wide, but that was a Pavel Datsukian move as he tried to chip it over blocker's side. And now Pavel Barber, one of the biggest influencers in all of the hockey world. Look at this, picking up the puck, moving on it. Barber dancing, he scores! Doesn't get any better than that, Pavel Barber. Put that one on the highlight reel. And now SwaggyP, showing he's got a big league shot. Swaggy grabs it, moving in, tucks it. My goodness, he tucked it home with authority too. SwaggyP making it look easy, folks. And we'll see who's shooting next. So this is what's the beauty of live television. You never know who's coming up. So now another influencer, fake slap shot, actually drove it right into the pad. And now from the hockey guys, he's got the string working again, moving in on Briere, chips it up to himself, fans on it, and Briere shuts the door.
Is it on?
And now on the bench, another opportunity for them. Briere, good positioning, sticks out, and he tucked it just wide as Briere had that active poke check ready to go. So Steve Briere getting in some work today in the celebrity shootout activity. As on the bench, moving in on Briere, and Briere ducks out of dodge, and that one gets chipped over the net. Barber to go again. Had a beautiful goal earlier. Barber grabs it, moves in, no wax needed. My goodness, Barber. What can you say about that other than excellent and out of this world? SwaggyP says, hey, Pavel, anything you can do, I could do better. As Swaggy chips it to himself, but it just goes off the blade. Great fun here. Good cause for children as they're raising money to get more involved here in hockey. SwaggyP to take another go at it. Swaggy. Oh my, a Forsberg tuck at the end to put the ice on the cake there. That's a big smile for SwaggyP, as we mentioned. He played over in Europe. He played at the University of Vermont. He's got a big league shot, and he scored earlier in this game to put the Extreme up 3-2, but that was answered quickly from the Wolski, Forsberg, and Mueller line. Another shot here. And this penalty shootout moving in. Big time blocker save by Bach. And Briere to go back into the net. Let's see. Oh, got interrupted as Barber. A little bit of gamesmanship there. No string this time for the hockey guys. And I don't think Steve moved an inch on that one. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ice, Marc-Andre Fleury starting to warm up. Expect to see him in the third period as Nate Thompson is giving Fleury some action on the other end of the ice. On the bench to take another one here. Moving on in on Steve, and Steve says, you shall not pass. Didn't even need to move for that one. It's all in good fun, though, as Henrik Lundqvist getting interviewed there downstairs. He had a fantastic game today. Let up a couple early in the first, and then he really dialed it in to make some big-time saves, both on the glove and sticking out the pad. As SwaggyP now working in on Briere. P chips it. My goodness, what puck control. As Briere looked to pad the stats, and he just missed it. Stack the pads, excuse me. So as the sun continues to set, what a beautiful setting here at the Stedman Clinic Arena in Carbondale, Colorado. massive names out on the ice today. Duncan Keith, Chris Kunitz, Scotty Upshaw, Joffrey Lupul, Tyson Barrie, Alex Edler, Kevin Shattenkirk. What more do we need to say? It's tied at 3 going into the third period. Looks like Lundqvist's night is done. The ball cap goes on, and Fleury will be coming into the net for Colorado Extreme. Fleury, we saw him yesterday in the fantasy camp, and I'll tell you what, folks, he looked as good as ever. And I'm thinking a team around the trade deadline may look to pick up Fleury for a playoff run, how good he looked yesterday. He told our team, he told Mr. Joe Sanderson from our team he hadn't skated since September. That was quite surprising for all of us because he looked fantastic in the game last night. Bortuzzo skates by. Bortuzzo had a beautiful headman pass in the second period to set up a goal for the Extreme. Bortuzzo, Stanley Cup champion with the St. Louis Blues. So the buzzer is gone, and looks like warm-ups are coming to an end here as Brad May, he's had a fantastic game thus far. He skates by. May, one of the best all-time Buffalo Sabres to play for them. Won a cup with the Anaheim Ducks. Had a very long, successful career. As Brad May getting a picture here with Jeff Hardy. Jeff, our premium sponsor with Kits Eyewear, as he's played fantastic thus far. Kyle Quincy comes by. Barry had a goal in the first period on a breakaway. And looks like warm-ups are going to proceed forward. And then we're going to get to some action here for the third. And we're going downstairs to Guy Schaefer with an interview with Peter Forsberg.
Peter Forsberg, and one of the great all-timers in the NHL. It's got to be kind of fun to be out at events like this.
I think it is, actually, even if I'm not that good anymore. But it's great to be back in an environment like this. You know, you got the outdoor rink, and it's a lot of kids around, and a good cause, so it's awesome.
It's a great benefit to kids who giving them better access to hockey too, because it's not the cheapest sport in the world to play.
No, it's not, and everybody should be able to try it. I agree with you. So I think this one step in the right direction that we're doing this. So yeah, every more kid that can play, the better it is.
Do you miss it at all?
I miss being good. Yes.
Hey, thanks for all your time. All the best. We'll see you in the third. Thanks, bud.
I ordered myself some new glasses from this company called Kits.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. This is adorable. These make me so happy.
I ordered these like 3 days ago and they're already here, which was amazing.
There are hundreds of styles. You can see I had a hard time just picking one, but I highly recommend you try the virtual try-on to find your perfect pair.
Also, if you didn't like them, they had like this free return option, but why would you return them? They're so cute.
Grab some pairs from kits.com.
All right, folks, we're back for period 3 here in Carbondale, Colorado for the NHL Outdoor Alumni Classic. Been a fantastic game thus far through 2 periods as the Avalanche alumni are tied with the Colorado Extreme 3-3. Shattenkirk drop pass Forsberg. Referee calls offsides on that one. What a fantastic event this has been, brought to you by Kits Eyewear and the Colorado Extreme organization that helps fund hockey for underprivileged children here in the Aspen, Denver area. McCabe to Schmaltz, and Extreme look to break out. Once again, big announcement here. Marc-Andre Fleury in net for the Extreme, taking over the reins from Henrik Lundqvist, who played fantastic through 2 periods, and what a goalie tandem to have with Fleury and Lundqvist. Now it's Joffrey Lupul. Lupul got tied up by Wolski, and Wolski to Forsberg, and now into the zone. Moving in, look at the stick work there by McCabe as he ties him up. Now Schmaltz picked off by Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk looking to get a backhand off. He waits patiently. Kevin Shattenkirk, right circle. Out in front, looking from a tip for Forsberg. Now Wolski down low for Forsberg. Out in front, off the skate of McCabe. Shattenkirk gets run into by Upshaw, and he'll keep the cycle going. Kevin Shattenkirk back to the right point. Collected, looking for Kyle Quincy, but it's knocked out in front, and Shattenkirk jumps in, but picked up by Schmaltz. Schmaltz trying to get by Wolski, but Shattenkirk keeps it in the zone. Great active stick, though, by Schmaltz. And here comes Craig Adams. He's got Chris Kunitz right side. Unable to use him as Kyle Quincy's all over Adams. Adams, drop pass, Cools. Cools moving on it. Cools, what a save by Scrivens. Ben Scrivens says, I don't care if it's Fleury and Lundqvist on the other side. I'm a dang good goalie myself. Shane O'Brien now gets the breakout going for the Alumni of Colorado. Avalanche. Jan Stasny tied up. Sam Gagne. Gagne drops it for O'Brien, but O'Brien has to retreat into the neutral zone. Drop pass, and the Avalanche look to break out as Gagne. Left side, Kyle Quincy. Quincy, Bortuzzo thought about lighting him up, and he did so anyways. As Quincy and Bortuzzo run into each other there in the sidewall. Stasny playing it in deep for Gagne. Sam Gagne gets worked by Dan Carcillo in the corner, and over to Stasny. Fleury says enough of that, and he'll just grab it with his blocker hand and make the save. The score, 3-3 here in the third period between the Colorado Extreme and the Avalanche. We're going to go for a quick word from one of our sponsors.
Since 1976, U.S. ski and snowboarding has relied on the name Steadman to keep its athletes on the slopes, competing and winning.
All right. Brad May got taken down in the corner there. We're going to wait to see if the referee will call out a penalty shot as Scrivens sticked out his lumber and took May down on the opportunity. No harm, no foul, though, as Dan Carcillo to take the draw to the right of Scrivens. Won by Shore, back to Tyson Berry, and then over to Shore. Now Dormus scored in the first period, wheels it in. Drop to Barry. Barry fires, he scores! The Avalanche go up 4-3 here in the third as Dormus to Barry, and they go up. I think the Extreme got caught on that breakout pass, beautifully done there in their own zone by the Avalanche. Now Alex Edler in his own zone looking for Drew Shore, but it's turned over in the neutral zone. Extreme look to get it in deep. They get tied up, and now it's Fritz to Carcillo. Carcillo looking to get it down low, but Alex Edler's there. And Edler will wheel it and saucer it right side. Avalanche breaking in, 3-on-1. One-timer, Dormus, what a save by Fleury. Tyson Berry tries to chip it up there, but Fleury was watching it ever so closely. Now Carcillo to Paolo. Paolo has SwaggyP, and Fritz drops it. Swaggy, great stick by Drew Shore. Up and down action here. Turnover, Paolo keeps it in deep. He'll work it to Swaggy. Swaggy looking to do a Michigan, but couldn't get it off his blade just right. And now it's Kevin Shattenkirk. Outlets it, but picked off by Duncan Keith. And Keith will play it in deep. Ben Scrivens out of his net to touch it to Kevin Shattenkirk and cleared. Now Duncan Keith, 2025 NHL Hall of Famer, to Nate Thompson. Thompson, wily veteran, excellent career, always relied on at the faceoff dot. McCabe gets it in deep to Thompson. Thompson keeps the cycle going right side, playing it out in front, looking for a tip, but Shattenkirk's there. Avalanche on a breakout. Has Matthew Barnaby, will he use him? Right circle, dancing, picked off by Talbot. Kyle Quincy jumps in, he fires, big save Fleury. Extreme need a clear, down by one, they'll get it. Now it's McCabe, right side. Looking down low for SwaggyP, but it goes just wide. Colorado Extreme down by 1, going to the work here in the corner. Nate Thompson jumps up on the play, kept in at the blue line by McCabe. McCabe dancing in, and it's stolen. Now Max Talbot keeps the cycle going. Meanwhile, we got a fight here between Nate Thompson and Matthew Barnaby. Barnaby knows how to throw him, and so does Thompson. Oh, Thompson could have laid Barnaby there, and it's all in good fun. But those are two wily veterans that have been in a lot of tussles in the big leagues, and we love to see Matthew Barnaby and Nate Thompson going after it here. And if I'm Thompson, I think that's a smart decision here, down by 1, trying to get the bench going, trying to get the boys going. And we're going down to Guy Schaefer with Henrik Lundqvist here between the benches.
All right, folks, all the way here on the other side of the rink, I'm with Henrik Lundqvist. Dude, we just had a little fight out there.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening right now. Tensions are high. You know, we're getting close to the end of that. It's still the second period, but I love it.
How'd you feel being out there in the shootout and stuff and what you play so far?
It's fun to be here. It's a great weekend. Listen, so many players here that I played against or played with over so many years, and it's just great to reconnect for a great cause. We all want to grow the game, so it's fun to be out there.
Thank you, Henrik. Appreciate you taking the time. We're going to throw it back over to Jacob Murphy. It's all you, buddy.
All right, we're back to action here as Colorado Extreme down by 1, going to work in the offensive zone. As Nate Thompson had an excellent opportunity, but great active stick by Shane O'Brien to knock it away. Kept in by McCabe. Left side, SwaggyP. SwaggyP drop pass to Duncan Keith, but a good step up there by the Avalanche alumni. Now Keith circles back in his own zone here with 1:30 left of the period. Outlet to McCabe. Now one touch to Thompson. Nate Thompson, left circle, working on Shattenkirk. Puck out to SwaggyP. He's going to work, fires just over the glove of Scrivens. Shane O'Brien and the Avalanche need to clear, and he'll outlet it to Kevin Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk into the skates of Forsberg, and he'll go and pick it up himself. Now turnover, Pavel Barber going to work on Alex Edler. Barber, right circle, moving in, out in front. What a play by Edler. That's why he's one of the best in Vancouver Canucks history. Now Wojtek Wolski, right side, drop, and it's picked off by LaBelle. The on the bench boys working with Schmaltz, and they need a clear. Behind their own net, it's on the bench as Forsberg jumping up on the forecheck, and Forsberg will let him have it. Now Schmaltz outlets it to Barber. Edler steps up, and a great backhand pass by Barber to LaBelle. LaBelle working on in, circles the net. Right circle on the bench, plays it, stolen by Mueller. Now Wojtek Wolski, left wing, gains the line. Tyson Barrie, Wolski, still working. Wolski ladles it down low for Forsberg. Now Forsberg circling the wagons. Peter Forsberg picked off by on the bench, and that'll do it. Through 2 periods, the score. Team Extreme 3, the Colorado Avalanche Alumni 4. It looks like they took that Zamboni Cup as one of the periods. Anyways, we're going to hear to an ad next, folks.
When I started World Hockey Company, I wanted to make gear created by pros for the pro level, but accessible to every player. I've seen some of the toughest guys in our sport go down because of skate cuts. We made World's Tylo base layer to stop those injuries before they happen. We hope you'll join us in our mission to protecting hockey's future. I'm TJ Oshie, and this is Tylo.
I ordered myself some new glasses from this company called Kits.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. This is adorable. These make me so happy.
I ordered these like 3 days ago and they're already here, which was amazing.
There are hundreds of styles. You can see I had a hard time just picking one, but I highly recommend you try the virtual try-on to find your perfect pair.
Also, if you didn't like them, they had like this free return option, but why would you return them? They're so cute.
Grab some pairs from kids.com.
Since 1976, U.S. ski and snowboarding has relied on the name Steadman to keep its athletes on the slopes, competing and winning against the world's best. Today, that legacy continues as some of the most innovative minds in sports medicine provide personalized patient care to our nation's best on the World Cup Tour and beyond. The Steadman Clinic and Steadman Philippon Research Institute, treating Team USA and the athlete in all of us.
All right, folks, we're back to action here in the third period between the Colorado Avalanche alumni and Team Extreme. As Extreme down by 1 through 2, and the Avalanche looking to add to that. Tyson Barrie now right circle. Great active stick by Marc-Andre Fleury. Picked up by Mueller, drops it to Tyson Barrie. Barrie going to work. Now Peter Forsberg. Forsberg left circle on Bortuzzo. And Joffrey Lupul's there. Former assistant captain of the Toronto Maple Leafs, Joffrey Lupul, over to Robert Bortuzzo. Bortuzzo has an assist already. He'll fire it. Big save by Scrivens. Good retrieval by Peter Forsberg, and then outletted. Now, Wojtek Wolski, left circle, working on Schmaltz. Wolski, drop pass to Alex Edler. Edler back to Wolski, and now over to Mueller. Mueller looking for Edler. He'll find him. Alex Edler, one of the best defensemen in Canucks history. Drop. Shane O'Brien has to step up for the point, but it's picked up by Chris Kunitz now. And then O'Brien regains possession in his own end. Through 2 periods to score. Your Colorado Avalanche alumni 4, Team Extreme 3 in white. As Sam Gagner working on Schmaltz. Picked off by Schmaltz though, and he'll look for an outlet. He has Miles Cools to his left, but he'll wait and get new reinforcements. Breakout pass, Chris Kunitz looks to one-touch it, but it's picked off by Kyle Quincy, and Quincy dumps it in. 18 minutes, 20 seconds here in the third period in this fantastic game thus far. Chris Kunitz already with a goal in this one. Drop pass, left circle, Craig Adams. Looking for Kunitz, tipped down in front just wide. Miles Cools over for Adams off his blade. It picked up by Gagner, but it's turned over. Now Sam Gagner to Kyle Quincy. Quincy playing it in deep, and they'll go for a line change. Colorado Extreme down by 1 with Marc-Andre Fleury between the pipes. Here in the neutral zone, picked up by Dan Carcillo, also known as Carbomb. Had a fantastic career for the Philadelphia Flyers and knows how to mix it up. Referee calls hand pass there. Shattenkirk's not happy. He'll fire it wide of Fleury. And so if you're Colorado Extreme here, need to get something going in the third, down by 1 with a legend of the game between the pipes, but Ben Scrivens right now, he's been the real star of the show. He'll be my first star right now. And we're going downstairs for an interview with Sheldon from the Colorado Extreme organization.
Okay, folks, I'm here with Sheldon, organizer of this event. What an incredible passion you've had for this for the last few years.
Yeah, no, this has been a dream come true for me. You know, we've been focusing pretty heavily on the program and growing the program, and the only thing we're missing out here is just, you know, some NHL hockey, and you know, a lot of these kids can't even afford to even if we lived in Denver, to be able to actually go and go to a hockey game. So we started this 3 years ago, and it was pretty humble beginnings, and now this is our third year, and you can just see the number of amazing, you know, hockey players we have on the ice right now, Hall of Famers, and it's been pretty amazing, and it's all going to a good cause. You know, we're a 501c3 and provide free hockey for kids. We've got 600 kids in the program, and it's been amazing.
It's got to make you feel very good watching all the names and guys out here today.
Yeah, I mean, the wild thing is, like, we were, you know, smiling and dialing trying to get guys to come out the first year, and now we've got guys calling us wanting to come out, and now Brian's calling me saying, man, like we actually have to like put people on the wait list. I'm like, we can't put anyone on the wait list, like, you know what I mean? But so the guys are coming out and like supporting a good cause, and super grateful because people come from a long ways to be out here, and they're being super grateful with their time and energy, and working with the kids, signing autographs. It's been pretty cool.
Kids love it too, which is great.
Yeah, the kids are. Well, you can just look around the rink. They're all like lined up on the glass, and again, I know these kids. I've got some kids in the program as well. You just don't get to see stuff like this around here. So they feel like it's like a fantasy world out there. They just can't believe some of the names that are on the ice right now.
I got a kick out of some of the kids. Of course, they're asking for sticks, and one kid asked Schmaltz for his chains around his neck.
Oh yeah. Listen, there's nothing off limits. I mean, the kids are going to ask the craziest things, but I feel like someone like Fleury would probably give the chain off his neck because that's the type of guy he is. So the kids are going to ask. But yeah, no, this has been pretty amazing. And last night was a big moment for us because I'll be frank, like the first 2 years we did this, we didn't make a lot of money for Extreme, and it was at some point I thought, is the juice worth the squeeze? Do we keep doing it? And we had a big breakthrough this year, and we just actually we just hit the $1 million mark on fundraising because of this event. So I'm glad we stuck it out, and it's only going to keep getting bigger. But it's reason because guys like you guys that come out and support us and stream it, get the word out. So it's pretty awesome. I hope in the future that we can take this blueprint and take it to other cities and other programs that need to raise money, and we can come and do that.
I think that's definitely possible. I thought the response here was amazing this year. So the sky's the limit, right?
Yeah, big time. Yeah, no doubt. We've got you guys, like the big thing we were missing was the live stream, and now that we have that, and we're getting all the coverage and the footage and everything, and we have all these influencers. That's why we've got the influencers out here. Yeah, I'm not really big on the Instagram stuff. My wife does all that, but between all the guys out here, we got they have 10 million followers, and I'm getting texts from people I haven't heard from in years, just asking me about what we have going on here. We got SwaggyP going in for the break. Oh, I thought he was gonna do that.
He saved him. One save.
But but it's at the end of the day, it's all these guys when the game ends, they want to get back. You know what I mean? Because a lot of them are missing that purpose, and for them to come out here and for a weekend, not only in Aspen, the spouses have a great time, but it's all about giving back. So it's pretty cool.
Sheldon, thanks so much for taking time. I appreciate you, brother. All the best. We'll see more of you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Hey, folks.
All right, back to you to Jacob.
Fantastic interview with Sheldon Walensky and Guy Schaefer. Walensky, the founder of the Colorado Extreme organization that does such an amazing job for children here to get them into hockey in the Denver Aspen area. Meanwhile, during that interview, SwaggyP had a penalty shot attempt after he was taken down on a breakaway, but Scrivens made another fantastic save. So Avalanche alumni working in the corner here. Forsberg looks to find Mueller, harassed by Paolo, and Paolo gets it up to Max Talbot. Talbot one-touches it on to Nate Thompson, but Kyle Quincy's there to shut the door. 12 minutes remaining here in the third period between the Avalanche alumni and the Colorado Extreme. Sam Gagne now, left circle. Gagne waiting, fires, big save by Fleury. As Bortuzzo looks to clear it, he had a big-time assist earlier in this game on a stretch pass. Scotty Upshaw works it off the sideboards, but Tyson Barry's there. Barry, fantastic hands for defenseman Tyson Barry. And just look at him, stick work here. But Scotty Upshaw right there to steal it. Left circle, Upshaw going to work, fires just wide. Bortuzzo's there, he'll pick it up. Bortuzzo down low, what a save by Scrivens! And the backhand goes wide. Upshaw fires, another save by Scrivens. Remember that one, folks. Ben Scrivens, what a save. Meanwhile, Barnaby driving in, picked up by Schmaltz. Matthew Barnaby now. He got into a fight earlier in this one. He's not afraid. Tyson Barry going to work. Barry firing just over the stick side of Fleury. Now Alex Edler behind the net. Plays it for Sam Gagne. Gagne, right circle, down low. Edler Drop pass, maybe a little bit too fancy there by the Swedish defenseman. Tyson Barrie and Edler play pitch and catch in their own zone, and Chris Kunitz is on the forecheck. Now Barnaby back to Edler, and they're just playing around with it here, folks. Barnaby, pass Kunitz, and Gagne dumps it in. Schmaltz now with the puck, slams the brakes, and will look to get new troops out as they still find themselves down by 1 here in the third. On the bench now in his own zone. Has Miles Cools, he'll use him. Cools, nice touch pass to Schmaltz. Schmaltz to Chris Kunitz. Kunitz fires off the post. And Shane O'Brien ties up Kunitz. Coming to work to help out is Craig Adams, and Adams can't get it in deep. Shore now, one touches it over to Kyle Quincy, and a great saucer pass on the outlet. Looking for Dormus, as Dormus with a goal and assist in this one. Fleury plays it for on the bench, right side, and touched on by Brad May, but into the skates of Kevin Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk rocking his Boston Bruins pant shells. Kyle Quincy gets tied up, and Brad May's there to work on Shattenkirk. Now Barrie, left side. Barrie working on Schmaltz. Good drop pass to Kyle Quincy. Quincy back to Barrie behind the net. Carcillo's there, and he'll ride him off. Left point, Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk fires, looking for a tip out in front by Barrie, and a great save by Fleury. On the bench now. With it, outlets it to Dan Carcillo. Carcillo moves it forward, but picked off by Edler. Edler going to work here. Good outlet. Back to Edler. Alex Edler. Drop pass into the skates, but picked up by Shattenkirk. He'll hold the blue line. Oh, great play by Carcillo. 2-on-1 breaking out here. Brad May with Dan Carcillo. Finds him. Carcillo fires! Couldn't tell if it went in or not. We may have to go up to Toronto for that one. And we're going to one of our sponsors. Alrighty, folks, we're back live. 7 minutes, 55 seconds here left in the third period as the Avalanche alumni still leading by 1. Fleury goes out to play that to Duncan Keith, and Keith plays it over to McCabe. McCabe has Carcillo, but he'll use Keith instead, and they'll play pitch and catch. McCabe over to Brad May. May looks to play it in deep for Keith, who's jumping in from the blue line, but it's picked off by the Avalanche. Colorado up by 1, looking to extend that. Out in front, what a save by Fleury. As the tip out in front, Fleury flashed the leather and made the save. Now Duncan Keith, Stanley Cup champion with the Chicago Blackhawks, drops it to old-time hockey, but Shattenkirk's there to end that threat. McCabe tries to keep the cycle going. Meanwhile, here comes Wolski. Woltek Wolski. 2-on-1 forming, Wolski to Mueller. Mueller waiting, saved by Fleury. Net came off the moorings. We're going to keep it going as Tyson Barrie outlets it to Shane O'Brien. Marc-Andre Fleury playing fantastic here in the alumni game. He gets called on again. What a save by Fleury. And meanwhile, Peter Forsberg stuffs it home. Johnny on the spot. And the Avalanche go up 5-3 with 6:30 left here in the third. Well, Forsberg knows where to go, and that's go to the front of the net. And Fleury made the initial save. It was a fantastic save, and then Forsberg stuffed it home. Forsberg's number is retired at the Pepsi Center here in Colorado, and he shows you why. Tyson Barrie. Saucer picked off by LaBelle, and he'll work it to on the bench. On the bench, nice saucer in, but Shane O'Brien's there before Pavel Barber could step up to it. Forsberg still has the hands and the vision to Wolski. Now Mueller. Mueller looking down low to Wolski, but tied up by Paolo. And LaBelle looks to get it out, but Wolski's there to keep it in. Now Mueller, right side, Sam Gagne. Gagne going to work on the bench and circling the wagons. Now Mueller, left circle. Mueller waits, down low Gagne. Out in front for Edler, but he couldn't pull the trigger. 5 minutes, 25 seconds, Pavel Barber. His team down by 2. They need something special from him, and he's the guy who can provide it. He'll run into Kyle Quincy behind the Avalanche net, and Mueller sauces it into the neutral zone. Sam Gagne going to work on Paolo. Final 5 here in the third period, brought to you by Kits Eyewear, as the Extreme Alumni down by 2 here in the final 5. Working it in, it's Max Talbot on Jan Stasny. Talbot back to the point to Schmaltz. Schmaltz looking down low, knocked down in front. Barber with a shot, and Scriven's glove is there. Schmaltz keeps it in. Barnaby runs into him, though, and then Stasny with the outlet to Edler, but picked off by Schmaltz, and he'll play it back to Duncan Keith. Got to wonder, down by 2, when will Fleury head to the bench? Kept in by Dan Dormus to Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk working left circle, drops it, and played in deep, but Schmaltz was there, and now Duncan Keith to Nate Thompson. Thompson gains the blue line, right side, looks to play it in deep, can't get it. Great active stick work there by the Avalanche, as that was Jan Stasny. Meanwhile, Dan Dormus scored in the first, sauces it over to Tyson Barrie, but Barrie couldn't pull the trigger. Oh, look at the fancy footwork there by Barrie. But Duncan Keith says enough of that, and he'll get it here. Here we go, Nate Thompson, 2-on-1, has SwaggyP. Thompson waiting, fires! Hit Swaggy out in front as he had his spot picked there on the blocker side. Fleury coming way out of the net on Barnaby, as Matthew Barnaby working on Fleury. Shore scores! Barnaby sets up Shore, and the score moves to 6-3 for the Avalanche. Big time goal there for the Avalanche alumni to go up by 3. And we're going downstairs to Guy Schaefer and Jan Stasny.
All right, folks, standing here with one of the great ones, the Stasnys. It's pretty good to be involved in an event like this. It's got to make you feel kind of special and stuff. What are your thoughts about it today?
All these events are great, but this one's unbelievable, especially with the venue and the collective group that came out this year to support Colorado Extreme. But anytime you do one of these, you have a great time. You know, especially like out here, you're out in the middle of the mountains, outdoor rink, throwbacks. Growing up without the mountains though, but it's awesome.
Yeah, you can't beat it. I love some of the guys. They said the shift changes are a little quicker.
The guys that don't live in Colorado, they definitely, the air gets to them pretty quickly. But the longer you're out here, the more you learn. The quicker you know that you got to stay nice and short.
Hey, thanks so much for taking the time. All the best to you. Got a couple minutes left to go, so appreciate the time.
All right, we're back to the action here. Great interview by Guy Schaefer and Jan Stasny, as the Avalanche alumni up by 3 with less than 2 minutes. Once again, game brought to you by Kits Eyewear. They are our title sponsor for this event here in Carbondale, Colorado, at the Stedman Clinic Arena. As the sun begins to set, it's quite the beautiful setting out here, folks. 1 minute, 56 seconds left. Fleury to the bench. Extra man will be Chris Kunitz. And who else but Havin Kunitz? 4-time Stanley Cup champion, 3 with the Penguins, and 1 with the Anaheim Ducks. SwaggyP is also out there. He scored earlier in this game, so all the big guns out there for the Extreme. As Joffrey Lupul takes the draw, 1 to Kunitz. Back to Paolo. Paolo, right boards Kunitz. Kunitz out to the slot. Lupul got a shot on it, but it was blocked out in front. Now Alex Edler can't get it clear. Upshaw to SwaggyP behind the net. Out in front, Scriven shuts the door. Net still empty, minute 30, as Extreme are down by 3. Kyle Quincy, beautiful backhand sauce to clear the zone. As they need to get something going quick here, folks. Outlet pass from Lupul for Craig Adams, and Scrivens out of his net. Gets it past Chris Kunitz. Now Woltek Wolski working on the empty net. Wolski tied up by Kunitz. Great back check there. Paolo plays it around the right boards. And now Paolo outs it to SwaggyP. Less than a minute. Pete Lenz, University of Vermont product. Tipped out in front by Adams, and I believe that went in. Waiting on the official call, though, as they're looking at this one upstairs. So, a good goal there. They're going to call it as SwaggyP, he's been all over it today, and he put it right out in front of the net. And Colorado Extreme stuffs it in to make it a 2-goal game with 51.7 seconds left in the third. Once again, this great event brought to you by the Colorado Extreme Foundation to bring hockey to less fortunate children and Kits Eyewear. All of our sponsors here, Kits. And meanwhile, SwaggyP, 35 seconds. Plays it to Craig Adams. Down low, Lupul, shot, and Scrivens was there. They're still jamming away. This may get something going as referee jumps in. And Kevin Shattenkirk clears all the snow out in front of the net. But Ben Scrivens, I mean, he's going against Henrik Lundqvist and Marc-Andre Fleury, and he's not only held his own, he's played fantastic today. Less than 30 seconds here. And the draw is won by the Avalanche. Wolski goes down. It'll get right back up and glove that down. Wolski working on the empty net to Mueller. Back to Wolski. Wolski drops it for Forsberg. What a play by Paolo. And then Forsberg tucks it home. I'll tell you what, Mueller, Forsberg, and Wolski, they've been dynamic all afternoon. And Peter Forsberg picks up his second of the game. An absolute legend of the game, and the fireworks going off. What a better way to end this one here at the Stedman Clinic Arena in beautiful Carbondale, Colorado, as the Kits Eyewear NHL Alumni Outdoor Game finishes with Peter Forsberg tucking it home. The Avalanche take this one 7-4. Here in the third outing of this beautiful game. Extremely well done all weekend by Sheldon, Jeff, and Steve, who run this organization. All for a fantastic cause here, folks, to get more youth into the game of hockey. Fireworks going off, and there were fireworks in this one. 11 goals total as the Avalanche picked up 7 of them and Team Extreme 4. And Guy Schaefer looking to get a sound bite downstairs with Pavel Barber.
So now everyone knows. All right, folks, I'm here. We're on the ice watching the fireworks. I got Barber with me. How was it, man? It's pretty cool, eh?
Dude, that was awesome. A lot of fun. Smiles all around. Little tight in the benches, claustrophobic, but it was awesome. Yeah.
All right, thanks, buddy. We appreciate you. Go shake hands. We'll see you in a sec. Thank you. All right, back over to you, Jacob. They're going to commence with shaking hands here at center ice, and man, what a glorious event. And I'm going to send it back over to you, Jacob.
All right, folks. The handshake line, one of the best traditions in all of hockey, and all these great legends of the game today coming out on this ice. Marc-Andre Fleury, Henrik Lundqvist, Chris Kunitz, Duncan Keith, Peter Forsberg, Jan Stasny, Sam Gagne. I mean, just a beautiful event today. Love to have the influencers out here, and they were doing that penalty shootout challenge. I'll tell you what, Steve Briere, he looked pretty good during that. the final score 7-4. The Colorado Avalanche winning this one over the Colorado Extreme. But more importantly, this game is about raising money to make hockey more accessible to all the youth here in the Aspen, Denver area. Fantastic job by our title sponsor, Kits, for putting on a fantastic event here at the Stedman Clinic Arena. My name is Jacob Murphy. Guy Schaefer was downstairs working the interviews. We had so many legends of the game today out here. We had great influencers, Duncan Keith, Marc-Andre Fleury, Henrik Lundqvist, Chris Kunitz, to name a few, and Peter Forsberg, legend of the Avalanche, had 2 goals tonight. He tucked in the final one that sent off the fireworks. It's just been a beautiful, amazing weekend, and we hope that you donate to the Colorado Extreme cause to raise money to allow more children to get into the great game of hockey.